In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and most merciful, this is Mavish Rana once again with you with another interesting topic, and that is verbal and non-verbal communication. I know very well that I have told you earlier that I will discuss verbal and non-verbal communication in my next videos, and I am here with you. And I hope you will like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Lingua Insights, and don't forget to press the bell icon for regular updates. So let's talk about verbal and non-verbal communication. Here is my learning agenda, and I have told you earlier, guys, that in my previous videos that I have just discussed with you, communication strategies, in which I have already discussed that what are the communication strategies and what are the elements of communication, and that were verbal and non-verbal communication and receiver, sender, and content and your message. And from today's video, I am just discussing that what is the difference between verbal and non-verbal communication. So first of all, recall a discussion on the previous lesson on the nature and process of communication. That is called the process of recall. And then what is verbal? A discussion on the definition and characteristics of verbal communication. And what is nonverbal? A discussion on the definition and characteristics of nonverbal communications. So, what are the types? A discussion on the type of nonverbal, namely proxemics, mechanics, chronomics, and haptics. These are some signals. These are some body language. These are called some, expressions that are included in nonverbal communication. Verbal is that something is verbal, that is something is spoken. Your thoughts, your ideas are expression of your thoughts with the words. And when you are not using words instead, that is called nonverbal communication. So let's move to another slide and let's discuss it further. Let's assume, guys, Monday mornings are often busy. You spotted two adults running while on your way to school one morning. They both appeared to be in a hurry, yet something was off. Can you differentiate the two based on their body language? Tell us the difference. This is your brainstorming, this is your analyzing. Then you will think about yourself and tell me that. What is recall? Communication comes from the Latin word which means working as one. Communication is simply the act of sending information from one person or group to another. The exchange of communication varies from person to person depending on the needs of the situation. Communication is a process of exchanging meaningful message through the use of common symbols. First of all, let us discuss verbal communication. Verbal communication refers to communication that makes use of language in expressing ideas or emotions. Communication utilize speech to express or communicate what they wish to say or communicate. Although spoken communication is frequently thought of when the phrase verbal communication is used, written communication is also from verbal communication. You will think that how written communication is included in verbal communication, because when we use the words to express our thoughts and ideas, that is called verbal communication. No matter you are speaking, no matter you are writing. When we are reading someone's thoughts, we analyze the content of the sender through the words. So words are the expression of your thoughts and ideas, and this is included in verbal communication, whether it is written, whether it is spoken. I hope you are getting my point. Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communications refers to communication that does not make use of language to communicate other than words. Non-verbal communication involves body language, gestures, appearances, and silence. Silence is also a big, communication. There is a lot of noise in your silence. There are types of non-verbal communication, namely proxemics, mechanics, chronomics, and haptics. So here are some types of non-verbal communication. You can see on your screen that proxemics, mechanics, chronomics, Haptics. So let us define all these one by one. So first of all, proxemics, signs and signals we convey others using our personal and social space are referred to as proxemics. In nonverbal communication, we determine these signs and signals based on the situation, such as work or school, or how close to the relationships are to us. As an example, proxemics determines intimacy between people, but this is not the case if you are on a train and full of people. So, uh, proxemics are the signs and the symbols that you use to communicate with each other, and that is depend on the context of your relationship, the intimacy of your relationship. Second is context. Context refers to the use of body parts such as hands, arms, body, and face movements. Your arms, your hands, your face movements. Also, the source of your communication. We interpret a great deal of meaning through body movements. However, communication through body language might be interpreted differently in different settings and cultures. So be cautious. For instance, some cultures value eye contact in communication while others view it as a sign of disrespect. Yes, be careful about your signals, your body language. This vary from culture to culture and setting to setting, because in Pakistan we can't use the word and some gestures that are not considered in a respectful way, whether they are considered that like we are disrespecting someone, especially for females. We should be careful while our body language. Chromics looks at how people use time. It enables us to comprehend how people conceptualize and organize time in their interactions and interpersonal relationships. As an example, proxemics determines intimacy between people, but this is not the case if you are on a train full of people. Another example is that punctuality reveals a lot of someone's interest. So, if you arrive late for an interview, you know what the interviewer will think of you. So, this is chronomics. Look how people use time to comprehend people's reaction. This is called chronomics. The last one is haptics. Haptics refers to the use of sense of touch in communication. It is a type of nonverbal communication in which people communicate through touch. In interpersonal interactions, haptics play a key role in expressing physical intimacy, but similar to kinetics. Communication through touch might be interpreted differently in different settings and cultures, so be cautious. Like yeah, a handshake is very common in Western countries, and hey baby darling and sweetheart, these are some common words, expressions and gestures and body movements that are considered very common in Western cultures. But in Pakistan, male can't handshake with the females, and they don't use baby darling sweetheart words for the females, because this is considered disrespectful. Instead, they maybe say that hello miss madam, how are you, and miss Mavish, and miss anyone, miss Anna, miss Alia, miss Sarah, anyone, and they can't call their uh, nicknames and sweetheart, darling. So these are not accepted in our culture. So be careful about using your words, and whether you are in Dubai, in Pakistan, in US or America. So I hope you you are getting my point, what I just want to say, you people, and I hope you will learn from this video in a very good context. Let's wrap up the whole discussion. Verbal communication refers to the communication that makes use language in expressing ideas or emotions. Other than words, nonverbal communication involves body language, gesture, appearance, and silence. खामोशी मुर्शद है आवाजों की. Silence is also the word. Silence is also the, a very big communication. The signs and signals we convey to others using our personal and social space are referred to the proxemics. Kinetics refers to the use of body parts such as hands, arms, body, and face movements in communicating ideas or emotions. Chronomics looks at how people use time. It enables us to comprehend how people conceptualize and organize time in their interactions and interpersonal relationships. Haptic refers to the use of the sense of touch in communication. It is a type of nonverbal communication in which people communicate through touch. I hope you are getting my point. You learned a lot from this video. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Lingo Insights, for language tips, grammar tips in a very comprehensive and concise, material content for you people. I'm always be there, inshallah, for make the things simple for you, and you will not find any difficulty because Lingo Insights is always with you. Thank you so much for your listening. Thank you for your attention. Inshallah, we will meet with another video with another interesting topic. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.